We are freshening up your porch for fall, and it can come in all different colors, shapes, and sizes depending on your style. And good guess, pumpkins and pine cones are finding a way to sneak in. Here to get us started, Andrea Krasnow, who is the mind behind the blog, This Kansas City Mama. What do we have? I see a lot of the fall colors out here. It was technically fall on Saturday at 8:54 at night or some crazy nonsense like that.
Right.
But it is fall now, so how do we get our front porch decorated appropriately for fall?
Well, I think one of the things that you want to do is incorporate, obviously, all the colors for fall, but then
like our oranges and the nice turning
Absolutely.
trees of the colors. Yeah.
But you don't have to just stop at pumpkins.
Okay.
You know, we've got your fall leaves, you've got some sunflowers, you've got some different bright colored, pretty flowers in there. And then you can also go into nature. You don't even have to go to your local craft store. You can literally find them on the ground.
Okay.
So we've got some pine cones here added to our lantern. And then the things that you're going to need are just down there. You're going to need some hay, maybe a cute little basket like this one, maybe something smaller to keep it minimal if you don't want something so grand on your porch. And then just throw in a cute ribbon around it just to kind of make everything.
I know people like using the straw bales. Do you like just use it in the bushel basket or the peck basket or whatever you got over
do.
there,
I think it helps contain it so that it's not blowing everywhere when it's really windy at night or during the day. And then, you know, it just gives some height too inside your basket so everything doesn't sink to the bottom.
Well, speaking of wind, some of these items here are kind of light. Now, it's always my experience. Monday is a trash day in my neighborhood. Every trash day is a windy day and trash goes all over the place. So some of this stuff is kind of lightweight. How should we anchor down those lighter things with the heavy winds we get here?
Right. I use brick, but I also use rocks. So whatever you have literally in your yard. I mean, you can just use anything that you've got.
I try to keep most of the rocks out of my yard.
Well, we do too, but sometimes they sneak in.
They do. So what are some of the best options to use when we're decorating? I mean, do you like, obviously you have a lot of the flowers here and everything, but where do you find your best buys at? Where should we go and what best options should we use?
Well, I use our local craft stores, you know, just here in town. And I generally try to stick with most of the faux, fake pieces just because you can use them year after year.
Sure.
And then that way you can kind of change out your decor however you want it. You can make it Christmassy if you want, you know, just using some of these things. But then what we're going to do later on is visit local pumpkin patches and then tie in your real stuff. So
that's what I was just going to ask, is what real things should we use? And it's an obvious answer. Yeah, just the gourds and the pumpkins and the squash that everybody loves to use.
Right.
So when's the prime time to go to those pumpkin patches?
Well, we just went yesterday.
Did you really already?
We did already. It was a beautiful day. Why stay home?
So here's my thought about the whole thing is because of kind of the weather we had earlier. I was concerned that pumpkins were going to come in late this year if we wouldn't have them time for Halloween because strawberries and everything were so late because of winter being so late.
No, we found the biggest pumpkins I have ever seen.
Really?
It was like the Great Pumpkin.
Oh, fantastic.
So my son and my husband took pictures beside of it so you could just see how huge some of them were. And they were full. The pumpkin patch was full.
Oh, great. Did you have any good jack-o'-lantern ideas then?
Well, we tend to, my son likes to paint them.
Oh, okay.
So he's very creative and he'll use markers. But then obviously we just go with the whole carving route.
Okay, well, is there any final steps that we should find out here about when we're going to decorate?
Well, I think you need to find a focal point on wherever you're going to be on your porch, and then you just kind of build in around that. And one of the decorating staples is always go with odds. 3s, 5s, 1s. You never want to look even. So you want everything to be an odd.
I see. I would not have figured that. I only have about a 3x5 front porch. We have a split level house, you know, so. I
have a tiny little square. We have one of those that goes, it's a split porch, and so we have a little square, and we kind of use the diagonal of it.
Okay.
And then make our porch, like the pumpkin, this right here is our focal point, and then we just kind of build around it.
So find that focal point and build around it.
And build around it, and stay in odds.
Stay in odds. I thought I was almost confused there. Stay in odds and build around it. Focal point. There we are. Thank you very much, Andrea.